Hey friends, if you don't already have one, grab a piece of paper and a pen and do this with me. It's so easy. So this is intuitive art, which, you know, a lot of art is intuitive. So step one, start marking the page. I started off the edge and I have not lifted my pen up yet. I am creating all kinds of pockets of lines, both, you know, with right angles, a few little zigzags, a few little curves in there. But the only thing that I'm doing really intentional is leaving pockets because I know that I'm going to go in and fill some of those in. But I am just kind of letting my hand go where it wants to. Then I grab some alcohol markers. You can use anything you've got and start filling in the spaces, kind of spreading the colors out, just whatever feels right. Like, oh, I think the blue wants to go here. You know, just do whatever. Don't overthink it. And then once you think you've got enough blue, we'll grab another color. So I decided I wanted to create some more pockets. So I drew a few lines, again, starting and ending on the edge of the page. And I'm just kind of creating a little bit more division so that I've got a little more pockets to play with. So my space in my camera ran out before I realized it and had stopped. So jumping ahead, the next stage after I colored in all my pockets is to grab, these are kind of equivalent to micron pens. They have different thicknesses. I got a package of, I think there's 8 of them. I will leave them in the notes, the supplies. And then I just started with lines, varying them horizontally and vertically. Again, using the same kind of intuitive process of just looking over the page and thinking, okay, which pockets want lines? Something to keep in mind is that I'm editing out all the pauses in between. So it looks like I'm just going from one thing to the next, but I do often have to stop and just really take a minute to look at it all over. Sometimes I even look through the camera lens or I turn it in a different direction. And so I'm not as rushed as it looks like in this video because just for the sake of time for you watching, I edited out all the pauses. But I don't want that to make you feel like, you know, that you should automatically know what to do at every step. Take time and pause and don't rush it. Just enjoy the process. Now, as I take a second to pause here, I noticed that there's just a lot of negative space up in the top and that white space right there. So I decide to go in and just add a few more lines to balance out the white space with the rest of the page. So I'm really just creating a couple new pockets. I want the white space to feel like it's just as much of its own pocket as opposed to just the negative background space. So I decided I'm happy with the way this looks. So my final process is always to put a coat of Mod Podge on. However, Mod Podge can smear sometimes if you are applying it with a sponge like I am here. So I recommend doing a test on a scrap piece of paper with any of the markers or paints that you've used just to see how it interacts. There's also sprays that you can use that I'm going to start using that a little bit more, I think, just to protect the surface, make it last a long time, give it a nice either gloss or matte finish. So I hope you enjoyed the process video, and I hope that you're out there making art.